at the courthouse. I mean, lawyers and public defenders, and I identify as a real wannabe lawyer because I am intrigued with law and crime. I get paid minimum wage to clean dry diarrhea, but nobody's making a stink out of that. But that's okay. What's more important is what Cameron said about Jim Jones and what Jim Jones said about Cameron, or about what Fat Joe said, or how many times Fat Joe said the N-word, or about how Cardi Minaj's fingernails were so long they scraped the security guard's face when she was going to the OBGYN clinic. Anyways, until next time, yes, let's get right into it as I have a reaction and speak some truth for the culture. So you're wondering, why do you have this picture of this ancestor of European migrants? Well, this is a guy that identified as a real wannabe pastor, and he led a bunch of people to their death. In my wannabe lawyer opinion, it is sort of like how Jim Jones, who took the name from this guy. This is the actual Jim Jones, who was a pastor in the 70s and earlier, and he led a bunch of my kings and queens and bought an island and had them build houses, and then he made them drink the Kool-Aid, and he convinced them that they should all kill themselves. It's a lot deeper story, and I feel bad for family and members of this people that died. But this was the cult leader, Jim Jones. And just like the rapper Jim Jones, who led a lot of my kings and queens down the rabbit hole of jail and death and trying to look like gangstified guys. And now you can watch Jim Jones, the rapper, 20 years later with gray hairs in his beard, still standing with leather cool clothes and skulls around his clothes and in front of a fancy car and trying to act real gangstified. And I am not hating, I am just talking about them because I like them. And I like to have reactions and speak some truth for the culture. Don't forget to hate, dislike, and not subscribe. But yes, just like 50 Cent got his name from a stick-up kid, the G-Unit 50 Cent got his name from a stick-up kid, an original stick-up kid from New York City, from Brooklyn. So did Jim Jones got his name after this guy. Or like how Freeway Rick Ross got his name from a real guy named Freeway Rick Ross. So anyways, I just wanted to have a reaction and speak some truth for the culture about how Jim Jones, the rapper, the mediocre rapper from Dipset, that only became more famous because Cameron and them was famous and he was their buddies. And now these rappers cannot deal with their fame, their candlelight of flame dying out. So they have taken over YouTube, which was meant for you and I, for janitors and regular people. And now the rappers have taken it over as they are all Jopra Winfrey, like Joe Budden's Jopra Winfrey podcasters.